with some very attractive, fast play in attack. Well, the hall's sparsely occupied at this time, but the Dutch have got a small band of followers. A few smiles as they go past. In fact, 4 players to the Dutch side are teammates with 3 of the Swedes in that club level. So the final lineup, and the teams will be introduced to the members of the audience that are here, starting with Sweden. Well, their impressive performance on Monday against Croatia. They've started with the Netherlands. So, well, their win on Monday, something of a surprise, it has to be said, but entirely deserved. They played really fast handball, as you said, in attack, led by Groth and Polman, 2 of their Danish-based players, and their defence kept the Germans at bay and led to several fast breaks. Line players Snelde and Broch were hugely efficient, together with the left winger Smets. The players largely foreign-based for the Netherlands, with only 4 of them playing at home in club sides. 4 are based in Germany, 3 in Denmark and France, and 2 in Norway. They are missing their left-back, Louise Abing, still recovering from an earlier injury, but Polman has done a very good job covering her position, and in fact ended up as MVP in their opening game. So the coach for the Netherlands, Henk Gröne, he will be absolutely delighted with that opening win against the Germans. So now it is time for the introduction of the Swedish team. Well, an impressive performance on Monday against Croatia. It was spearheaded by the playmaker Gulden, who scored 7. Torstensson came on late in the first half. She seemed fine after recovering from a calf injury, although evidently still not firing on all cylinders. She scored 2 from 6. Right backs Odin and Johansson, they were hugely economical, while Jenny Alm at left back scored 3 from 5. But the moment that may well be remembered is the save by Johanna Alm after Sweden had taken off their goalkeeper during a 2-minute suspension, and she had to race back into goal as they were turned over. Made the save and said, "Oh, it's nothing, played in goal before." And she was shooting from an awkward angle anyway. A bit of an understatement. And smiles all round. And the good news for these 2 teams is that whoever wins here today is into the main group already. The other team will have to wait on the later result of the match coming up between the host nation Croatia and Germany. You're really in the last chance saloon game. Whoever loses that match is really hoping for good results elsewhere, and will then need to pull the goods out of the bag on the last day. Never a position you want to be in. Referees being introduced: Andrew Marin, Ignacio Garcia from Spain, very experienced, refereed at the World Championships last year. In fact, they did the final, and also European Championships 2 years ago, and the World Championships in 2011. Table officials are now being introduced, along with the EHF officials, Marco Trespidi of Italy and Helmut Wieler of Austria. And now the national anthems. First, the Netherlands. Now the anthem of Sweden. President of the European Handball Federation, Jean Briot, amongst the crowd here. So the winner goes through to the main round. In fact, if they draw, provided the next match-up between Croatia and Germany isn't a draw, would also see both these teams go through. So we could already have some decisions by the end of the day. So the customary wheeling round, shaking of hands and exchange of gifts, and then a decision on the throw-off. Let's have a look then at the team, starting with the Netherlands. Well, the industrious Groot should start in the centre with Polman on the left, Van der Heijden on the right. Goss and Luciano should also start on the wings, with Snelder on the line, and Jankovic in goal. Seems the likely start-up, but you just never know. This is the lineup for Sweden. Well, Hulden should start in the centre with Torstensson or Alm, depending on how comfortable they are with Torstensson's fitness on the left side. Oden on the right. Helleberg played all of the last match on the left wing, while Fugelström should start on the right wing, with Ogun on the line and most likely Iden in goal. Rather unusual, he plays in shorts. There is Polman, MVP for the Netherlands in their opening game. 7 goals, a 58% success rate, but 5 assists, which were fairly critical. And there is Gulden, number 20, scored 7, including 3 penalties from 3. Van der Heijden, Dutch number 6, 24-year-old who plays in Denmark for Esbjerg, scored 3 goals, but expensive, 38% success rate. And there's Torstensson with that calf injury. Didn't look completely fit, but still got through, scored 2 from 6, which is below par for her. So Henk Gröner, who must be so pleased with the opening day win, which puts the Netherlands in a good position in what is one of the tightest groups. So here we go then, and it is Sweden today in the all-blue strip who throw off, playing from left to right. The Dutch in the traditional orange tops. Start out with a 6-0 defence, very much as expected. Got to be mindful of the pace at which the Swedes play, but then again, both teams were very quick in their opening games, constantly probing for gaps through the defence. Gulden, Torstensson, who has started. Opening goal very early on, courtesy of Jessica Helleberg, one of the 3 Danish-based players. Free throw. There is one of the coaching duo for Sweden. Wish she brought a pen with her, though. So 6-0 defence by the Swedes, pushing up though, trying to meet the players at 9 metres as they come through. No luck for Polman, comfortably pushed away by Filippa Iden, plays for the Swedish champion Sävehof. Into the line, oh, lovely play! And a brisk start by Sweden as Ågren makes it 2-0. Defence pushed up and left the gap behind. Well, the pen was for Sivertsson, it would appear, who's the other half of the coaching duo for Sweden. Sivertsson, one of the great legends of the golden era of Swedish men's handball, when they seemed to winning absolutely everything in the 90s. And he's working alongside the Dane Helle Thomsen that we saw earlier, retrieving a pen for him, who also coaches the Danish side, Midtjylland. Ball still in play, just play on, say the referees. Jakobsen retrieving it. Little switch. Shot, but the shove on Torstensson gives her a free throw. So Johansson starting on the right-hand side in attack for Sweden. Torstensson again closed down very quickly by Van der Heijden. Good save. Interesting that the Netherlands have gone with Tess Vester in goal. Plays for Oldenburg in Germany, ahead of the more experienced Jankovic. And another save. Idén. Polman not too happy with that. 3 minutes played, 2-0. Just managing to save it, but it's a free throw for the earlier infringement. Dutch, one of the youngest teams here. They average just over 23.5 years of age. Compared to 25.5 for the Swedish side, which itself is fairly young. Very exciting team, though, the Dutch. And we've got the first yellow card of the game. Blocked by the defense, and they've got possession as well. The ball's out. Quickly into Luciano. Oh, she's put it wide. Well, Luciano scored 1 from 3 in the opening game. She really did struggle to find space. Plays for Metz in France, the French champions, but didn't make a big impact. 30 internationals. Oh, nicely done. Gave her too much room. Torstensson runs in. 3-0, her first. Torstensson, who plays for Bucuresti in Romania, attacking foul. Possession goes back to Sweden. Well, is it going to be an early timeout for Gröna, I wonder? Gulden, Aldren waiting out of the way. Torstensson's lost possession, though. Luciano has the ball. Van der Heijden. So back on comes Polman. Well, Sivertsen must be quite content with the start his team have made. Groot, the playmaker for the Netherlands. 6 goals on the opening day, 2 from the penalty line. Number 17 for the Netherlands, plays for Midtjylland. Yellow card now for Jacobsen. She's actually teammates with Jacobsen, Groot. Today they're on opposite sides of the court. That's nicely done. It's taken 6 minutes, but they get going. Van der Heijden. The Dutch will be mindful that they made a slow start against Germany a couple of days ago. Trailed, although only just, through most of the first half, and then suddenly came alive in the second half. They went from 4 down. Oh, trying to put it into the line, but the ball falling out of her hand almost. Dulfer. Ågren. Good defending, though, and no options there for Jacobsen. So back in comes Johansson, number 32, or 31 rather, I mean. 66 internationals. One of only 4 players in the Swedish team who play their club handball in Sweden. She plays for Skövde. The other 3 all play for the champion, Sävehof. So I'm miscounting as I go through there, but let's take a break from that for the moment as the Dutch are on the break. All the way through. Well, slowly here they come. Groot. One goal in it. Inside, won't count. There is Jean Briot, president of the European Handball Federation. jump around between countries because, of course, these European Championships are being jointly hosted by Hungary and Croatia. Alternating days for the group matches. And they're level. Van der Heijden with a second, 3-3. Iden going the wrong way. But no one came up to block her. The line player did a good job to create the space. And it goes wide. Not this time for Gulden. That effort, defense coming in too late. So after going 3-0 up, 4.5 minutes into this game, 4.5 minutes later, it's a 3-0 exchange for the Netherlands, and they've won a penalty as well. A foul by Torstensen on Snelde. To be taken by Van der Heijden, scored 1 in their opening match. Good save. Iden gets a foot to it. And a let off. So came back to an earlier point. In fact, 5 of the Swedish players play for Sävehof, just to correct the numbers. The champions, in fact, for the last 6 years. Oh, stolen. Much too close. Groot into the wing. Pushed on the way through. Took too many steps anyway and was inside when the ball left her hand, so Smets unlucky there. Gulden covering her all the way back. It's only a free throw. Smets, who together with the line player Snelde play for Thüringen in Germany. German champions and indeed currently leading the German Bundesliga. Pullman comes around, gap down the middle, but Snelde trying to make way with a little too much force for the liking. And it's going to be a free throw. Again, good cover in defence. Groot. So change at left back. Torstensen has come off, and she wasn't looking entirely comfortable, in fairness. In her place, Jenny Alm has come in, who scored 3 from 5 in their opening match. Gets blocked on the first attempt. She stayed in the middle for the moment. Gulden stays over on the far side. Alm to the line. Oh, straight down the middle though. Ogren. And that's picked up inside the area, say the referees, and it's going to be a free throw. There it is again. And Vester did well. Second save by the Dutch keeper from 5 shots. Oh, if you give her the room, she'll just hammer them away. Jenny Alm makes it 4-3. Ogren went across, Snelde followed her, and the door just opened up wide. 12 minutes played then. After a brisk start, the Swedes have seen their 3-0 lead whittled down. Van der Heijden, she's having a good start to the game here. 4-4. And again, slow in defence. Ogren sat back. She wasn't sure whether to stay back for the line player. Blocked, but retrieved by Sweden. And a fumble, double dribble. Luciano's away quickly. Oh, what a shame. Referee's blowing early, but they'll probably argue that as she forced away from the defender, she'd taken too many steps. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good decision. So Polman back on not being used in defence. 79 for the Netherlands. Oh, unlucky. Goalkeeper went the wrong way, tried to reach back, couldn't get there. And van der Heyden, it's proving to be a nightmare for the Swedes at the moment. Once again, Groot goes in, flattens the defence. A little bit of a touch on the way. Deflection certainly helped. Coming off Alm. Team timeout called by Sweden.
Framåt, sätt in i där istället för Majsan. Vi kan komma tillbaka till position 2 där på vänster. Vi kan position 2 vänster, men också någon 4 när ni går en mot en.
Husk det der med at se det i der mand mod mand. Så få lidt bredt spil. Linjen i midten. Og så kommer
Thompson slightly more worked up than Sivertsen. I don't think that Gröner has become a mime artist. Oh, here we go.
Het beste is dat jij gaat als er niet opbouw komt en Kelly de cirkel pakt met Lau. Ja, en Lau sluit aan naar binnen. En dan blijft die tegenaanval lopen, er ligt ruimte. Eili, gewoon buitenom en dan naar binnen springen en dan krijg je die 7 meter.
Hou de druk richting doel.
Tegenaanval en in die laatste situatie zoals Eili. Allemaal.
Save by Vesta. Third save for the keeper. The Dutch have been the surprise package here so far at these European Championships, and there's another one. Groot, 6-4. They haven't played each other that often, but nevertheless it is still 15 years since the Dutch last won against Sweden. They look a little bit overexcited. I hope someone's going to calm them down. Gulden, good defence by Groot, gets in early. Tried to windmill and didn't work. She's got herself a yellow card in the process. And fairly high, but nearly turned her. Fuglström testing Smets. Gulden. Oh, beautifully done. Cut back inside by Ida Odin at right back. He's just come on for Johansson. That was inspired. So midway through the first half, Netherlands leading Sweden 6-5. And this the tightest of the groups, really. All these teams genuine contenders to go through to the main round. Oh, lovely. Not a lot of space. De Broch found it. 23-year-old who plays for French champions Metz. Luciano stolen it. Unfairly, say the referees. She also plays for Metz. Dutch number 30. Oh, Luciano came out a long way. Luckily for her, van der Heyden was aware of the danger and quickly switched. Oh, good reaction, Vesta. Shot by Odin coming in through the defence. She would have reacted fairly late to that. And while we're watching that, goal at the other end, and who else? Laura van der Heyden. 5th goal for her already. 8-5. The Dutch continue to surprise, but there's plenty of time to go. The Swedes are experienced. They were runners-up in the competition in 2010. Oh, that's nice. Gulden right up in the corner. Without even the benefit of a line player blocking. The defense just too slow. So Pullman changing with Dulfer at the moment between attack and defense. Groot. Pullman. Van der Heyden can't get the ball, but it's a foul anyway on Groot. And they'll come back again. Helleberg fault. Oh, skims the post. Little hand off into the wing. Mobile defense. Saved again. Resists the temptation to pick it up early. Investors happy with that. Just 21 years of age, 14 internationals. It's her first major senior competition. Played in the under-19s European Championships in 2011. But already she's playing for Oldenburg in the German Bundesliga. Tabu line second in that competition. Pollmann. Van der Heyden. Oh, and we've got a 2-minute suspension. Ignacio Garcia has come on. Some holding on the line player. Seems to be saying, well, I've told you before. And Jakobsen gets some marching orders. Look at the line player. Well, it seemed relatively innocuous. I mean, that's the kind of things line players would expect. Of course, we don't know what happened just before that. Luciano, not a big angle. Iden lifted the leg and she planted it underneath. And you can't blame Iden because the defense are not helping her one little bit, but she is struggling there at the moment. 3 saves from 12 only for the Swedish keeper. I wonder if it's time to get Jankovic back in again. While they're short-handed, Joanna Alm has come in, number 15, with the goalkeeper's bib on. It means, of course, that the goal is empty at the far end. If they lose possession, have to be mindful of that. Gulden, Alm. Oh, tipped and goes out. Long range shot by Jenny Alm. Jankovic still with her tracksuit top on, so I take it she's not being told to prepare yet. As poor old Alm again has been left in goal, which she doesn't do badly. The left back got a hand to it, but Groot scores, breaks through. Eden, I beg your pardon, I'm getting mixed up now. It's in the excitement. Thought for a second they hadn't made the swap. Alm, of course, he did save a shot in the opening game when she got caught in just one of those situations where they had to make a quick switch and she couldn't get back to the line and stayed on. Took it in the face, mind you, but it's still a save. You could have ducked out of the way. Oh, that's good. Defending inside. It's only a free throw. Sweden back at full strength. We're past the 20-minute mark in the game. It won't count inside the area anyway, but it was saved by Vesta. So Eden still struggling on in the goal. 3 saves. As I said, a lot of the space has just been left wide open. And they may look now and say, well, they've taken another goalkeeper, Johanna Bunsen, who did come in briefly, 5.5 minutes in the first game. But very inexperienced, hasn't played in a major competition. And she concedes another. Goch this time. And it's all going terribly wrong. 3-0 exchange. As we see that goal again. Closely marked, but not closely enough. Bit of a shove by Lin Blom. Didn't put her off. Remarkable 5-goal lead now for the Dutch. They need a few of those. Jenny Alm. Thompson looking a little agitated, more so than she was a couple of days ago. So coming back to the keeper, yes, Johanna Bunsen is the option for Sweden, but only 3 internationals to her name. Be maybe wondering whether it wouldn't have been better to take Cecilia Grubström, very experienced goalkeeper with 98 internationals, but not picked on this occasion. It's just beginning to look like a lot of one-way traffic just now. They've changed the left wing. Sand has come in. Didn't play in the first game. She's coming around now. Drops back into the line. That's good. Lin Blom, 22-year-old, plays for Team Tvis in Denmark. Quick change of hands in mid-flight. Needed that, a couple of quick goals to stop a run by the Dutch. Came off a defender, that'll be a throw in from the corner. Interesting, it looked as if Gulden had an ice pack on a hand. So Polman into Groot. Polman not so good this time. It's going to be for Sweden. Polman has to race back now, won't have time to make substitution between attack and defence, and doesn't get back at all. Quick opportunity for Sweden, Ida Odén finishing off. Nice breakthrough, 5-goal gap reduced to 3. Problem for the Netherlands is they have a very strong starting lineup at the back. Polman, Groot, van der Heijden, but maybe not as much strength in depth, and a good run by Sweden. Hagman. Right winger. Straight down the middle, plenty of power, not much Vesta can do about that. So now it's a 3-0 exchange by Sweden. And takes the pressure off a little. 2 goals is nothing. Polman looking for the line, but she hid herself behind Alm, the line player, just when she needed to come out. There's Yvette Broch. Groot, clever. Oh, off the post, unlucky for Luciano. He then gets the ball out. Oh, lovely palm off. And Sand saved, but it's a penalty. Vesta can't believe it. Have a look again. Well, they must reckon. Let's have a look. Push. Well spotted by the Spanish referee. They have been told to clamp down on these mid-air pushes on the wing or the heave from the side. And Karma has got a 2-minute suspension in the process as well. Gulden straight through. Look at it straight on, right through the keeper. So from 12-7 up, the gap has been closed right down to 12-11. Not only that, but Sweden have a power play situation now. No line player for the Dutch, although Broch is waiting. Here she comes. She'll drop in now, starting from the wing. 2 on the line. Came off a defender. That's a throw in from the corner. Groot literally eyeball to eyeball all the time with a club teammate Jakobsen, number 27 for Sweden, in front of her. Both play for Midtjylland in Denmark. Know each other so well. Oh, that's nice! Overlapped. Polman waits for Eden to move out a little and goes on the inside post. First goal for her from 4 attempts. Oh, quick response though. Jenny Alm, 1m83, a tall player. Finely balanced, and a change now while they still have the power play situation as Groot is being individually marked now. She's stepping back to get out of the way, not interfere with the movement of the ball across the back. Team timeout, Netherlands. Gröne has seen a 5-goal lead whittled away. Just needs to steady the team now.
Ga naar haar toe. In de dekking hebben we even een probleem in het middenblok net gehad. Dat we met z'n tweeën eruit die cirkel. Ja, afspreken wie er gaat, blijf compact en zorg dat die cirkel niet zo makkelijk in die ruimte kan lopen. In de aanval begin weer met breed. Ja, we gaan nu weer te veel allemaal in het midden, Eerst breed, ook de ruimtes tussen 1 en 2 blijven zoeken.
En vanaf 2 ook weer prikken.
En als ze spelen, lange wissel, overgang. Beetje tussen 1 en 2 staat als je waaien. Pak je gewoon een kleinere hoek pakken.
Ja, hey, kom op.
De bliver på kanten. Husk, når Nikke kommer op, så er hun god til at lave den pasning, så bliver der. Prøv fint i midten. Det der med, at vi kommer ind, Jamina. Om Nikke laver en midtveksel, så skal du lige med ind. Så kommer Sande ind over midten. Træeren støder. Kontring. Løb med kanterne. Linjerne op. Og så hold den afstand for midtnierne. Prøv anfaldsspil. Prøv bare at spille den her brede, så vi får Ida mand med.
So 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Team timeout's over. Polman. Dutch are back to full strength again. Groot has space once more as the defence reverts to a 6-0. Polman! Oh, good save, Eden! Deflects it onto the post, stays out. Back comes Sweden on the break. This is one out. Sand. Goalkeeper efficiency low on both sides, 28%-ish. So 13-all going into the last 2 minutes of the first half. Here's the incident that led to the free throw. A 6-1 exchange now in Sweden's favour to get back on level terms with the surprising Dutch. No space for Luciano. Off the post, chance for Luciano from a good angle. Oh, she's overbounced it. Gulden. Gulden to her right. So back on the line comes Lynn Blom, 22-year-old from Team Tvis. Made her Swedish debut in the Euro 2012 campaign. That's nice, and they're in front. The relief on the bench, Natalie Hagman. Helle Thompson still looking anxious as the Dutch pull one back. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Yvette Broch, the scorer. Time for one last attack, maybe for the Swedes. Take a psychological advantage into the half-time break. Gulden calling the move. Well, that wasn't a move. That was a direct drive by Alm. Dutch are on their way. Buzzer's gone anyway, and that's half-time. Well, what a half. Sweden racing into a 3-0 lead before then losing steam. And then the Dutch came back 12-7 up, but a 7-1 exchange at the end by Sweden puts them right back in it. And so at half-time here, it's 14-all. We'll take a short break, but join us again in just a few moments for the second half. Welcome back then to the Varaždin Arena in the north of Croatia. Half-time here in this opening match of the evening between the Netherlands and Sweden. It's been a real seesaw affair. 14-all at half-time. Sweden initially going 3-0 up. The Dutch then woke up and went 12-7 up in a big turnaround, but the Swedes then did exactly the same. Don't forget, of course, if you want a lot more information and behind-the-scenes views, you can go on EHF-EURO.com website. Or on Facebook, /EHF Euro, or why not join the conversation on Twitter, #EHF Euro 2014. So we're just about ready to get the second half underway. A few checks by Andro Marin to make sure we're spot on the right time. What have the coaches managed to say to the players to try and settle them down? A heavily strapped hand there on Groot. Got 4 goals from 7 attempts in the first half. Van der Heyden 5 from 7. Brock very impressive, 3 from 3. While on the Swedish side, well, it's pretty well spaced out between several players. Alm top scoring with 3 from 6. So we are ready. So the Netherlands throw off the second half, all square here in Varaždin. Exactly the same lineup for the Dutch. And the question is, of course, as the match goes on, will they tire? And will the Swedes wear them down that little bit more? Little switch, that works nicely. Holman. Races off to make the substitution. Dulfer going on for her in defence, the number 18. Sweden also have the opportunity now. And they make a change to Lindblom coming in. Not being used in defence at the moment, the line player from Team Tvis. Torstensson blocked and picked up by Van der Heyden. The break is on, cuts back inside, big angle. Debbie Bont. She celebrated her birthday yesterday. A win over Germany the day before. There was one present. Even better if they could win here against the Swedes. That would be another big shock result. They fumbled the ball. Somehow they managed to get the ball out. Bont looks for support. Oh, that's a good save though by Iden. Only her 6th of the game. Neither goalkeeper has been able to shine too much here. Sand, oh, big angle. Snelder tried to block her, but instead went straight past her. Louise Sand, just 21 years of age, plays for the champion Severhof, cuts back inside. Bont marks the territory, but the angle's already quite large by then. There was the opportunity. She was under a bit of pressure. So 2 minutes in, 3 goals. Getting in close, Van der Heyden, and immediately they latch onto her in the Swedish defence. Van der Heyden, who together with Polman plays for Esbjerg in Denmark, alongside one of their opponents today, number 15, Joanna Alm. Blocked off the defence, the ball's loose, Sand's gone off like a rocket, but sails past the ball as Van der Heyden gets it. There's a bit of space on the right if they're quick. She tries it, but it's a poor pass. The player going too deep. If anything, she should have pulled back a bit. I think it was Bont. So the attack-defense substitution is made. In comes Blom, Torstensen. Free throw. Well, we already have 4 teams in the other 2 groups who know they're going through to the main round. Spain and Hungary from Group A. Norway and Denmark from Group B. The rest is still to be decided in their final matches tomorrow. Nicely done. Under a lot of pressure, Lindblom. All square, her second goal of the game. Winner here, certain to go through to the main round. Bit of a shove. Still managed to keep her balance well enough, Van der Heijden, to get a 6th goal. Neck and neck here. Oh, off the post, unlucky. Picked up by the Netherlands. Van der Heijden. Oh, the gap just opened up, but he then pulls off a brilliant save. Sheer reflex. Oh, nearly stolen, but foul on the line player meant that they get possession back. The last meeting between these 2 teams was in Norway at Euro 2010. It's in fact the only meeting between these 2 teams in a European Championship. Off the post a second time for Sweden. Sweden winning 25-18 at Euro 2010. Also in the preliminary stages. And the 2-minute suspension. Dolfa. Doesn't seem to argue too much. 20-year-old who plays for the Dutch champions, Serkorak Dalsen. Well, Torstensen looking uncomfortable at the moment, and you wonder if that calf injury she had before is flaring up again. So back on comes Jenny Alm, 25-year-old from Severhof, who missed the last European Championships herself through injury. To the wing, that was well played. Oh, she had a bit of a chance, hesitated, Hagman. Good. Top corner. Ida Odin. He's the 2nd top scorer in the Champions League at the moment with Severhof, 41 goals. With Asimovic of Hypo. So with the extra player now, individually marking Groot. Snelde goes in on the line. Van der Heijden tries to release Groot, but she's followed all the way. The block working only briefly. Oh, that's beautiful. There's changes of direction by Pullman, cuts back in, just looks for the gap between the defenders. Line player moved across Snelde to open the space for her. Despite being short-handed, they're back in front, and Sivertsen looks on impassively. And again, the gap just opens up in defense in the middle. Odin. 4th goal from her from 5 attempts. Could have taken a bus through the middle. Just a few more seconds before the Dutch are back to full strength again. Getting forced further and further back. Sanders now picked out Van der Heijden. But it's meant a lot of space at the back, which is nicely exploited by Danik Snelde. Score of 223 goals for the Netherlands in 90 appearances. So back in front they go, the Netherlands, and they are back to full strength as well. Oh, poor pass. Well, Sweden did well, got back in defence quickly, cut the options and forced the pass backwards. But they've suffered 8 turnovers in the game so far, the Dutch 5. So Eden in goal now, 27% save rate, 7 from 26. Better than Vesta at the other end with 5 from 23 for a 22% save rate. That's going to be a throw in from the corner. Polman, quick arm, but touched by defender. Groot with a bit more space now. Breaks through, only gets the free throw. Played for 8 years now in Denmark, Groot. Oh, that's good again, Polman. She's found her range in the second half. That's her 4th. 2018. I know she's dangerous. Cuts back again, exactly the same move. No line play this time to help her. Jenny Alm, I think it is, who's just been sent off for a 2-minute suspension as well. So now it's a power play for the Netherlands. Torstensson comes back on again as the goalkeeper's gone off. As ever, it's Joanna Alm who comes in. No relation, the spelling's different between Jenny Alm and Joanna Alm, if you're wondering. Full save, that's taken inside the area anyway by Blom, and so it'll be a throw for the Dutch. 25% save rate, it's low. But as I said, both goalkeepers have seen their defence gift to their opponents some easy goals, especially in the first half, when the play was fast and the fast breaks were coming 10 a penny. Penalty. 10 minutes played in the second half. Groot fouled in the act of shooting as Torstensson goes into the area with her. Polman. And scores. They've gone 3 in front. Well, he didn't pick the right side, but she was there much too late. Almon again with the black goalkeeper's bib. Looks for the line just too high. Looks up, there's nothing up front, and they do well to just pull the pace back. Got 10 seconds with the extra player. Could try and accelerate now, not take too long. Chance for Polman maybe to pull around. Here she comes. Goes for the wing instead, but it's knocked out of play by the defender. Hagman. Still the Dutch attacking inside the area. That won't count. Yeah, chance that time for Polman. Fumbling a little as they tried to get around the Alm, who again was caught in goal. Into the wing, big angle. Again, not much Vesta could do about that when you're given so much space for the shot. Hagman, the scorer. Pulls the deficit back to 2. Brunner pacing anxiously. Good defense by Sweden. Simple cross that the Dutch go for. Penalty. Defending inside the area again. Same move. Simple cross. Usually coming in on the left-hand side with Polman. And as the defender goes up, Snelder takes the ball. Does well to control it so she can win the penalty. Polman scores. 3-goal lead restored. 2 from 2 at the 7-meter line. A 6th overall. So Sweden have now brought Jamina Roberts, who played for less than a minute in the opening game, number 8. 24-year-old who plays for Team Tvis in Denmark, along with a couple of her teammates. Very acrobatic player. She struggled almost as soon as she came in against a very deep defense by Croatia and was taken off. But she is a proven goal scorer, 115 goals in 76 internationals. Here she comes, oh, nearly through the legs of the keeper. Vester gets it though. 7th save for her. Back come the Netherlands. Play on, say the referees, and Dulfer needs to go off, the defence specialist. So Vester gets a congratulatory high five from Jasmina Jankovic, the Bosnian-born other goalkeeper on the Dutch bench. He was mistakenly earlier going to try and put on for Sweden. Wouldn't have been any good. Sure they wouldn't have lent her. Sand, is it too far? Oh, she's managed to get the ball, but couldn't get any balance for the shot after that. Tried to spin it. Tries again. Well, selflessly passes the ball away, seeing that Hagman had the better opportunity. 4 from 4 for Hagman. Deficit pulled back to 2. So this gap just staying around 2 goals all the time. Midway through the second half, into the wing. Not a great finish, unfortunately, by Smets. And Sweden once more on a phase 2 attack score. Jenny Alm. And those little mistakes in attack by the Netherlands are beginning to cost them dear, because the Swedes are upping the tempo when they get the ball back. Hitting them before they have a chance to get settled in defence. 4th goal by Alm gets them back to within 1. 4th fast break goal as well for Sweden. First half it was the Dutch who were hitting the Scandinavians on the break. There is Jamina Roberts, 24 years of age. 47 goals she scored this year in the Danish league. Plays her 3rd European Championship. As I said earlier, the Swedes have more strength in depth on the bench. If it comes to a fight at the end, good save by Eden. Another chance goes begging, Martin Smets. Roberts, that wasn't a great pass. Alm looks to the wing, but didn't want to chance it as the defender had gone deep. Nice one-handed take by Smets. Goalkeeper had come forwards very early, didn't try the lob, instead went for the direct route. Deflection, but Vester got to it. Oh, off the post, still with the Netherlands though. Quick change as Jakobsen comes back in defence. (1.80 m) Jakobsen. Tall defender to work the centre with Blom. Team timeout for the Netherlands though. frustration showing there for Groot. Still plenty of time. Finely balanced here.
Initiatief blijven nemen is goed. Nico onderbreekt. Denk eraan in de aanval. We hebben nu een paar vrije kansen laten liggen. Vasthouden, stuitje onderlangs of je hem streept hem langs de hoog. Die halfhoge ballen die pakt ze allemaal. Ja, dus daar kopje erbij. Kijk even, Daan aan de cirkel. Als S gaat of Nieke gaat omhoog, 2 mensen in het blok. Even wegstappen en je staat helemaal vrij aan de cirkel. Daarna kijken, of dat die korte wissel, wat we in de rust besproken hebben. Ja?
Hanging on his every word, the players.
Og I begge to, hvad for I ikke kommer, det kun er den ene, der kommer frem, den anden er. Men når de der kantovergange, de kommer, så sørg for at komme godt ind. Det eneste, vi skal passe på, det er, når de går ud på en venstrenier, så er det for at spille ind på spærren derinde. Og så til kontring, hvor vi skal være bedre til at komme frem. Den første pasning for Filippa herop, den næste længere fremme. Og så trykker vi det max. Alt skud. Og det målet.
So team timeout taken now for the Netherlands. They've got to keep the attacks tidy. It's that's off a defender, that'll stay with the Netherlands. It's the attacking mistakes that are costing them dear. The Swedes only too happy to help themselves to the break. Groot. Polman. Oh! Great power on the shot. Such an explosive shoulder action. Two-goal lead restored then. They've waited 15 years to try and beat the Swedes. Will it be today, or will the experienced Swedes find what it takes as this game runs on to its closing course? They've got one back, Hagman. The win will see the team through to the main round. If it's a draw, they'd both go through, provided that the next match, Croatia-Germany, doesn't end up as a draw. But for the moment at least, the Dutch want this historic win. Polman again. Lackluster first half, but here in the second, she's really up and running. That's her 8th. It's a reaction on the bench. So 2-minute suspension for the Swedes. Ida Odin. Couldn't get back. She was running for all she could, Johanna Alm. But the Dutch got the ball out after that failed attempt. Well, it looks like an easy throw, but trust me, when you're standing on the court looking at the full length and you've got to keep that ball accurate, the pressure is on. It's not quite as obvious as it might seem. And I guess when you take out your goalkeeper and do this, it is a risk you take, and you've got to be prepared to do that. Well, Vesta dismissively holds the shot, and this time the long-range effort is cut out by Iden, who just managed to get substituted in time. So into the last 10 minutes of the game, the Dutch are still holding a narrow 2-goal lead here in Varaždin. There is Iden sprinting on. Johanna is there, and the 2-minute suspension for Odin will be up in a second. They pulled one back though in the meantime. Jessica Hellebert. Sweden, who was silver medalists in 2010. Best result for them. 2 years ago, they ended up 8th. It's attacker's foul. Ooh, close. Was that too many steps? Dutch, for their part, were due to host the European Championships 2 years ago, but had to pull out. Recession and biting, as it did in so many places. Oh, nearly stolen. Instead, it's opened up the gap, and it's all square. Ida Odin, the scorer, her 5th. Nearly stolen. It was a fingertip on it. So 2-minute suspension would appear for Goss. It is indeed. And now a fast break against them. Bit of a push, but no problem. Roberts puts it through the goalkeeper, and Sweden take the lead. Three-goal turnaround for the Swedes. Jamina Roberts, the scorer. Her first of the game. 8 minutes remaining. Groot. Was she through? And he gets a free throw. Van der Heyden has to come out as Roberts is pushing up quite far. Goes for the shot and scores again. Holman, her 9th. Gulden. Great power, Jenny Alm. Fifth goal for her, 93 kilometers an hour. So with the extra player for just a few more seconds, they've gone to a 4:02 now. They need the wingers to come back and help. Polman and Groth being individually marked. Smart thinking. Decides to go for the free throw, and Van der Heyden not only runs the clock down, but she gets Jakobsen sent off as well. Is it? Well, no, it's... let's have a look and see. Goes around. Well, is it Gulden? She seems to be reaching very high. Hagman. Well, that must be for a foul at the back, because she wasn't involved in that initial block by on Van der Heyden, but... nevertheless, as the Dutch get back to full strength, it might give them a chance to regain the initiative. Polman tries to get past Gulden, but can't. That's in. Van der Heyden seemed to be losing her balance. But somehow managed to keep it on track. Her 7th, and it's all square. And the Dutch, well, they've got the extra player, not tempted to try and push out, not least because they're constantly taking out their goalkeeper and putting in the extra player. Alm coming through, great save. Vesta makes her 11th save. Goalkeeper plays for Oldenburg in Germany. A bit of space now for Polman. It normally goes off to the right. Van der Heyden, who drives in, puts it back across to Polman. Try again, here we go. Across to Polman. She tries to the wing, there's no space there. Goes for the line instead, and they've scored. Back in front again, 5 minutes remaining in the game. 4 from 4 for Yvette Broch, the 23-year-old who plays in France for Metz. And Sweden are back to full strength again. 4.5 minutes remaining. Off balance, not given. She looks to the referee, and she may have had a point. Let's have a look and see. She's pushed in the act of shooting. The referee says nothing. Vesta now, that's her 12th save. It's beginning to look more respectable. 31% save rate. It has been tough for the keepers, though. They have both faced a lot of fast break. Phase 1, phase 2 attacks. And the odds are never good for a keeper in those situations. Oh! Hammers it down. And the bench are on their feet again. Oh, what a remarkable achievement it's going to be if the Dutch can hang on here and go through to the main round with a day to spare. But it's a long way to go yet. Oh, and she stepped inside. Vesta says she was pushed, but I think she was just a little too anxious. 3 minutes remaining. Penalty. Jenny Alm, windmill feint, gets up to the 6-meter line. This match is not over yet. Clock is still running. Gulden sends the keeper the wrong way, and they've got to within 1 again now. It has been nip and tuck all the way through this second half. Couple of goals up here, then back the other way again. 2.5 minutes remaining, the Dutch with a slender 1-goal lead. Oh, nearly stolen. Oh, well, almost a clumsy last resort shot by Groot under pressure, and somehow he then misread it. 2 minutes to go and a 2-goal lead again for the Dutch. That's another one back. The Swedes fighting for every inch of the court. Odin. 6th goal for her. There was that bizarre goal just misread by Iden. 1.5 minutes. Into the line. Free throw. Good defending. Saved the penalty. Jakobsen managing to stay in between the line player and the goal. But still possession stays with the Dutch. That's a push. We're into the last minute. The Dutch, a narrow 1-goal lead. The clock is stopped with 55 seconds. Marin needs the court mopped. Time for the Dutch to reflect. If they can score now, it'll put huge pressure on the Swedes. Injury as well. Van Olfen. So they still have Alm with the goalkeeper's bib on. How much are they willing to gamble? When they're at full strength, they could still also take their goalkeeper out. Some of the saves by Vesta, who's really come good in the second half. 13 saves 31% save rate. So, 55 seconds. Comes off a defender. And a team timeout called by the Netherlands almost as soon as play resumed. Keeps the tension going. One mistake by the Dutch and the Swedes will be off on the break.
Denk eraan, spelen, afronden en dan achter dicht. Ja, hou hem nog 1 keer tegen, dan winnen we die pot. Kom maar. Hey.
Ze spelen 7 tegen 6 en dan Linnea gaat op de linkerloop en gaat schieten. Dus uit en pak en achter.
Groot adding to the discussion.
Så öppnar vi från höger. Öppnar bra där, släpper bollen. Inspelsläge eller Portugal-läge.
Hej, jag missar mål!
Va? Men då tar vi timeout lite senare, gör samma sak.
Om de scorer nu, så är det bara snart afkast. Op og få en afslutning.
It looks as if he may be thinking about trying to push in 2 line players if they get the ball back, and there is time. Van der Heyden, oh, it's off the post and it stays out. And now a chance for Sweden then to snatch a point here late in the game. So Blom goes in, who's been favoured to Ågren for most of the match here on the line. 30 seconds. Team timeout, Sweden. One last chance for the Swedes. Tension in the crowd as well. What an incredible finish.
Kelly staat naast je bed. Meedoen. Ja, en onderbreken wanneer je kan. Alles op. Och Philip tar en uttitt får du ta det. Kommer du byta igen.
Hey, om vi ikke scorer nu, så tager man hver sin. Man gør ingen frikast. Man tager hver sin. Hey, man skal bare prøve på, at de får en afslutning. Okay. Hey, kom igen!
Don't interrupt the coach. The message there from Thompson wants to get a message across.
Onderbreken waar je kan. Ja. Kelly staat naast je bed. Meedoen. Ja, en onderbreken wanneer je kan. Alles op.
Groot always very much involved in the discussion at these timeouts. So they have taken out their goalkeeper. 7 against 6 court players. It's all or nothing for Sweden. 25 seconds. Goalkeeper being swapped back in again now. Oh, it's gone in! They're level. One last chance maybe for the Dutch. That runs the clock down. And it won't be time. The buzzer goes just as the gap opened up and the Swedes are celebrating. But in fact, it's a good point for the Dutch. They just won't see it that way right now because they were so close to pulling off an incredible win against the Swedes. But right at the end, the Swedish experience counted. What a finish! Well, both teams could still go through if the next match doesn't finish as a draw. And here it was, the point-saving shot. Right up in the top corner. What a finish. Udin, the scorer, the saviour, as we prepare for the MVP awards. So MVP for the Netherlands, Groot, 6 goals, but fought so hard in attack and defense, setting things up at the back. She was actually outscored by Polman, who scored 10 goals. wasn't used in defence. Uden, well, it had to be her. She scored that last gasp goal, but 7 from 8, a superb record. But nevertheless, all credit, the Dutch have been the surprise package here. A win against Germany on the opening day, and now they have taken a point off Sweden, although right now the Swedes feel more like they've taken a point off the Dutch. Well, these two teams on the cusp of going through. A few disappointed faces amongst the Dutch, but they shouldn't be. Do you want your pen back? There, you can keep it, it's a souvenir. That was very nice. So the Dutch, they'll perk up, I think, once they've had time to digest this and realise that actually this is a very good result. So this is how it looks then. Netherlands and Sweden on 3 points. Croatia and Germany play later. They are on 0 points, and the loser of that match would go out of the competition. That's it for now. We'll be back for the next game. Hope you can join us then. But for now, from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.